Araujo has seriously given us enough reasons, more than enough reasons, to start doubting him in that defensive line. He has given us enough reasons. He's either making one mistake or the other. Silly mistakes, careless mistakes, mistakes that end up hurting us. It's either he's not on his marker during a corner kick, or he's even on his marker and the marker is able to score from a corner kick. Was that against Benfica that he did that? He was on his marker and his marker still scored. I was like, Araujo, as big as you are, as huge as you are, good enough you were on your marker, how was he able to jump and score from a corner kick? You were obviously taller. You have scored an own goal this season. We're not denying the fact that you're defensive. You're very much solid when you want to be. You're very solid, very, very solid. And that is why you're still playing. But when you want to sell matches for us, you do it with your whole heart. And we're not happy. We are seriously not happy. In this match today, you just gifted Guirassy a goal. You like on a plate. That was what you gave Guirassy. And he scored. He scored. Good enough. We didn't need this match. We really didn't need the match. They winning. So imagine it was a serious match. What would have happened? What would have happened? Seriously, Araujo should step up. And this is to tell Hansi Flick that in serious matches, in matches that we need to win, Araujo should not start. It's better that Inigo and Kubasi start, especially now that we have Gerard Martin, someone I think is a weak link, the weakest link in our defensive line. Until Balde comes back, in that El Clasico, Kubasi, Inigo should start, so that we'll manage Gerard Martin. And you saw what happened in this game. Araujo was actually very good, but that was a silly mistake. And when all round, in the game generally, you had a good game, only for you to just commit a silly mistake, a careless mistake, it spoils the whole performance you had in the game. Generally, the entire team had a bad game, but that was a standout bad game, bad performance. And then in the midfield, it was just obvious that Pedri was not there. We could not even get hold of the ball. Pedri was just obviously missing in the middle. Pedri was obviously missing until he came on. And yes, the atmosphere of the game was just very unserious. But if Pedri had started that match, we would have gotten hold of that middle, the possession. Yes, we still had most possession, but the way we used to have the ball, the way we used to keep the ball, control the tempo of the game, Gavi, Femi Lopez did not do a good job. They did not. Frankie was okay. He was still at the top of his games, but the fact that he didn't have the help of Pedri, made them to lose that middle. It was not actually, a completely dominated game by Barcelona in that middle. We couldn't dominate that middle the way we used to. And then Yamal obviously needs a rest. Like he's just rusty. Against Leganes, he couldn't do anything. That wing, we couldn't do anything from that wing. And I told you guys that he's our biggest creator. And you could see in this match, we could not create any chance because Yamal was not just producing. Even in the last match, he was not producing. And you could see how we struggled. 2 straight matches that Lamine Yamal did not actually perform. We struggled. All we just need is 1 or 2 chances from Lamine Yamal, and our games, are very much open. Just 1 or 2 passes from Lamine Yamal, our games are open, very easy. Generally, it was not a good game. But we understood that we were already 1 foot in the semi-finals. But still, this match we showed more complacency than I expected. Like the complacency was just top notch, too much. I knew we didn't need the win, but the complacency at some point, it was as though we didn't want to go to the semi-finals anymore. I was so scared, but it was a good thing that we advanced into the semi-finals, and right now we're going to be facing off either Inter Milan or Bayern Munich. Any of the 2 teams that wins their matches on Wednesday will be facing us in the semi-finals, which is actually good news. We got the job done, and that's the main thing. Thank you.